Today, I'm going to share with you how to use your Talent LMS Analytics. So you have everything set up in Talent LMS. You have learners going through your training. You're serving your employees, your contractors, and your team members, and they're getting courses done. Now it's time to use your Talent LMS Analytics, the data Talent LMS is collecting on your learners, on your team members, to make key business decisions. Now remember, Talent LMS is an internal learning management system. That means that it is best for training your employees, your contractors, and your team members, okay? If you're looking to sell courses, I highly recommend you check out LearnWorlds or Kajabi. I have 30-day free trials linked in the description below the video. And I highly recommend that you pick up your Talent LMS Unlimited Day free trial linked in the description below the video as well. By using the link to grab the free trial below the video, you're not only going to get the free trial, and it doesn't last for just 30, 60, 90, 100 days, it lasts forever. I'm also going to give you access to the Talent LMS Made Simple online course, where I tell you step by step how to get everything set up with Talent LMS so you can start serving your learners. I show you how to build courses in Talent LMS using other tools and then integrating in Talent LMS. I show you how to customize all the settings and actually get your learners in Talent LMS, and we even dive even deeper into what we're talking about today, which is taking your key performance indicators for your employees. Maybe it's your sales team and you want your sales team members to close more deals. We want to take those and match those with the analytics we have in Talent LMS. So we're going to kick things off by going through the key performance indicators you have for your team members versus what this relates to in Talent LMS. 4 different scenarios we want to go through. And then we're going to go through various areas in Talent LMS that you can get analytic data. On your home screen, you can get it under users, under specific users, okay? Through courses. You can look at different courses and how your learners are interacting. You can go through groups, branches, and ultimately we can go to reports. We're going to go through all of that today. All right, so we're going to kick it off by going through the 4 different scenarios that may occur. You have your key performance indicators. Let's use the sales example. Okay, let's say that you want your team members to be more efficient with their time. We want our team members to close more deals every week. Okay, maybe they do 100 sales calls a week. We don't want them to necessarily do more sales calls, even though it would be great if they could. We want them to close more of the 100. So let's say that right now they're only closing 2 of 100 sales calls. Okay, maybe we want it to go up to 5 or 10 out of 100 sales calls. So that is our key performance indicator. So we want to set that goal, and then we want to look at our Talent LMS Analytics. So the first scenario that can exist is that your team members are completing the training in Talent LMS, and the analytics show it. They're finishing the courses, they're doing all the sales courses, and now they're not just closing 2 out of 100 sales calls, they're closing 5 or even 6 or 7. So they've completed the training and key performance indicators are improving. So that's the first scenario. Second scenario we want to look for is they're not completing the training, they're barely doing any of the training, and key performance indicators are increasing. So they're still going from the 1 or 2 sales out of 100 calls to 6 or 7. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. The third scenario is they're completing the training, okay, and nothing's improving. So they're completing the training. Talent LMS shows, oh, they're completing all the courses, all this stuff. They're getting all these points, but nothing's improving. What does that mean? And the last one is they're not completing their training and they're not improving. That one's pretty obvious. These are the 4 scenarios you want to look for when comparing your analytics, when looking at your Talent LMS Analytics and your key performance indicators. That's why step 1 is always to set the key performance indicator before you actually get people working on your training program. It could be if you're using Talent LMS, it could be if you're using any LMS, any e-learning program. If you're going to integrate an e-learning program, you need to understand why. It's so they get better at something. So we got to set that goal and then we compare. So let's say that we go into reports. Okay. Here's our overview, active users, never logged in, all this stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's consider our first scenario. More sales are being completed for every 100 sales calls or sales meetings. We were at 2, now we're at 7. And people are completing the training. What does that mean? That means when we go into reports and we open this up and it says stats and it says active users and maybe there's 100 active users, it should say that a large amount of them have logged in. Now, let's say that some haven't logged in. Well, this is easy. You can look right here and like say, okay, Jimmy and Mary haven't logged in. Great. You can hit up Jimmy and Mary and say, hey, you need to start logging in. Oh, by the way, everyone who did logged in, their sales went up. They're making more money now. You should probably go and log in. This allows you to make these business decisions. Okay. It's also going to show how many assigned courses there are. It's also going to show how many completed courses. If you have 100 assigned courses, let's say 1 assigned course to every active user, and there's very few completed courses, there's probably another reason why people are getting better. Okay? The key performance indicators are increasing, but no one's completing anything. So what this tells you is that e-learning isn't the reason why they're getting better. That doesn't mean that e-learning is bad, because completed courses, maybe they took part of the course and it's not showing up as completed. That's another thing. They might be getting what they need out of the course, not completing the course, and their KPIs are still increasing. Okay, so then we got to dig deeper and look at how much of the courses are being completed, etc. Keep going down. Activity, here's course data we'll show here. And then we can run reports on users, course reports, branch reports, group reports, etc. So you want to see how different branches are doing, how different offices are doing, if you set it up like that. When you created your Talent LMS account and you have 3 different branches, you could have 3 different learning environments, and you have one for Denver, one for San Francisco, one for Chicago. You can see how different branches are doing in their e-learning and compare that to these KPIs. So let's pull some things, okay? Let's go to course reports. We can go to specific courses. So let's say that we have a course on sales. Let's just pretend that this is a course on sales. So we have the course on sales opened, and we see that there's a 0% completion rate, but our KPIs are increasing. So we look, and we can see, okay, here's how many completed, here's how many in progress though, here's how many not started, and etc. This is important because KPIs are improving. Does it show that most learners are in progress? So maybe this is 0 for completed, but maybe in progress is 80%. Okay, that paints the picture. But if it says not started, now it's like, okay, no one's even in here, but everything's improving. Great. Give them the congratulations they need, and now ask your learners, ask your team members why they're not logging in. How are they improving their KPIs? How are they selling more? Okay, you gotta ask that question. Now, as long as KPIs are improving, we don't care as much if they're completing training or not. We do care if they're progressing or not, because we want to know that they're actually taking the training. Because if they're not taking the training and they're improving, then we gotta figure out if we even need this. But what if people aren't improving their KPIs? We have our training program, it's integrated for 6 months and nothing's improving. This is when we want to go in here and want to see if people are taking the training or not. Because if people aren't taking the training, then it's simple. We need to figure out how to get people to take the training and then see if that improves. But what if people are taking the training and we have 80% of people are completing it and KPIs aren't moving? What does this mean? This means one of 2 things. This either means that the training sucks, they're not learning anything from the training, or people aren't even actually completing the training. They're just going through to get the points, to get the raise, to get whatever benefit you said you give them by completing the training. This is why you should probably set your rewards. The gamification in Talent LMS, they get points for completing courses, etc. That should be matched with, hey, yes, you completed these courses, but you also got better at this thing. Now you get the reward. So that is what we want to make sure that we're looking for. If no one has completed the training and their KPIs aren't increasing, then it's like, okay, we just got to get more people to complete the training, and then we'll have more data and we can make that judgment call. Okay, so where else can we see data? We can go into users. Well, we can really pull this data under reports. So yeah, we can either go directly to users or go to reports and users. And we can get, exact data per user. Now let's say that KPIs for some of your learners, some of your employees are increasing and others aren't. Now we can look at, okay, so Jimmy has gotten a lot better. Oh, and he's earned a lot of points. So okay, he's earned a lot of points, he's completing all these courses, and he's getting better, great. Tommy isn't getting any better, okay? KPIs are the same. Oh, and guess what? Oh, he has 0 points. He has 0 points. 0 badges, he's still at level 1. So you can see kind of the picture here. You can also click in, and here, this is me actually. I'm not Jimmy, by the way, I'm Johnny. And we can see points, levels, badges, certificates, all about an individual user. So this is the same 4 questions, same 4 scenarios, but we can break it down based on individual users and make business decisions that way. You can use this to really figure out who you need to talk to about, okay, so Jimmy completed all the courses and his KPIs went up. Tommy hasn't completed any of the courses and his KPIs are the same. So you can be like, hey Jimmy, tell us what you learned in these courses that cause you to increase your KPIs. And by the way, can you tell Tommy that if he completes the courses, he can have the results that you have? So it's just a really good way to use the data to get your team members to interact with one another, so you can interact with your team members so that everyone can get better. Okay. Can also go to groups. Okay, we can go to groups and get reports. We can also go to reports and go to groups. Okay. We go to groups. We can look at, hey, let's look at the finance department. How are they all doing? We can go to branches, right? And like I said, we can go into individual offices or franchises and see how they're doing. We're always looking at these 4 scenarios. We're just looking at it at these different levels, okay? And we can even go to courses and see how people are progressing through specific courses. And based on course topic, we can see, okay, so this course topic is about sales and everyone's completing it, and everyone that completes it is getting better at sales. Okay. All right, we also have learning activity reports. So these are specific activities within courses. When you build a course in Talent LMS, you can create different activities. Talk about how to build a course in Talent LMS in the Talent LMS Made Simple online course you can get access to below by using the affiliate link that I have for your Talent LMS free trial. So you get specific data here about those activities. We have the training matrix, which just kind of shows per user how they're doing in all these different courses. It's just kind of a snapshot, okay? And we can even look at timeline, okay? And this is going to show data based on specific timeline intervals. So same thing, you can check key performance indicators for specific months, for specific quarters, specific years, and cross-reference that data to the data in Talent LMS based on timeline. And then we can set up custom reports too. Okay, you can add a report, set rules, specific users, and give it a specific name of the report, output, kind of like what you want, what data you want, okay? So I highly recommend that you look at these 4 scenarios. Once again, KPIs are improving, team members are completing the training. Great, e-learning must be working. KPIs are improving, nobody is completing the training. Maybe the training's working, but they're not taking the whole course to get the results they need. Or maybe they're just getting better for other reasons. Then there's KPIs not improving and nobody is completing the training. Great. Let's get people to complete the training and see if they bring the KPIs up. And then KPIs not improving and people are completing the training. That means they're either skipping through the training to get the points or the training isn't very good. So look at those 4 things. It's going to help you a lot with making decisions in your business and to see if your investment in Talent LMS is worth it. Great thing is you can get Talent LMS for free. It is linked in the description below this video. And by using my link, I will not only give you the unlimited free trial, I'm able to give you access to the Talent LMS Made Simple online course to get you up and running so you can serve your employees now. Thank you for the likes and subscribes.